First things first, love you guys. I mean, Will, you're hilarious. You and Ginny and Georgia, one of my favorite shows, truly. I wanted to know, when you guys first read this script, what was the moment for you where you were like, this is hilarious, I need to be a part of this?
Well, I mean, it was even just receiving the script, knowing that it was coming from Amy. She actually sent it to my wife. She somehow became friends with my wife. We met up at, like, Kristen Wiig had a little birthday thing.
All the funny people.
So they all know each other.
Yeah.
So, she and my wife had become friends, and she sent it to my wife and said, would your husband ever want to do this? And so she gave it to me, and I'm like, yeah, do I have to read it? Like, of course.
You just do whatever your wife says.
So I read it, and of course it was like, oh, great, fantastic, okay. It was the easiest decision of all time.
He has a very smart wife.
Yes, yeah. I can tell. It's like when your wife dresses you every single day, you're like, I do what you tell me, and that's it.
Yes.
What about for you?
You know what really had me dying when I read the script for the first time? When Amy's putting Band-Aids over the burn mark, I died. That truly was it for me. I was just laughing so hard. And like Will said, it's not to mention, it's Amy Schumer, Happy Madison, and Netflix. It's a dream team.
It's a trifecta, truly. Yeah. Holy Trinity. I get it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Question for Latte, Will.
Yes.
Have you ever been able to look it up amidst the same? And how was it building your incredible chemistry with Amy?
It was, I mean, we've been friends for a while, so it was, we had never worked together though, so it's so much easier to do stuff like this with somebody that you know, and it's just like, some of that stuff I'm not used to having to do like grounded romance scenes. I've done a lot of like over-the-top sex scene type stuff. So like, it's a little disconcerting. And so to go into it with somebody that you know pretty well is great. And she's like, it was a real treat.
You guys made it look very easy.
Well, I mean, it was just being surrounded by people you trust is like the only way that stuff works, and so it
worked.
That's why I did. Yeah. Awesome.
There were a lot of funny kid moments in the movie, and you're both parents. Did that figure into your performance?
Yep.
Oh no,
Cecilia.
That is so great.
Yeah.
So sweet. I know. I actually have similar socks, but it's not even of my child, it's of my dog.
I got dog socks too.
I mean, I think being a parent, it changes your DNA, and then there's no going back, and that's all you know. And I mean, I think the script is so funny even if you're not a parent. I think everyone will still be laughing hysterically. But of course, I think it extra resonated with us because, we have our own kids.
Yeah, no, there is some stuff that's just, you don't have to be a parent to appreciate this bonkers stuff in this movie. There are definitely some things that you will appreciate on a different level if you are a parent, but like
when Connor's running around with the knife, Meg's not even fazed because it's probably happened so much, and it's just that it's her husband. Like, he's doing it again. I need you to go. Yeah. Yes, exactly. And that's just normal life. And now, as my daughter gets older, it is proving to be even more normal. Yeah.
So, Brianne, I feel like there's a moment in this movie where you say something that to me was very akin to America Ferrera's speech in Barbie, that I'm not a mom and I'm never going to be one, but I still had this moment with you where you were like, you're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to have rainbows coming out your ass. You're supposed to be doing this. But you had a moment where you were allowed to like be real and say that pregnancy's not awesome.
No.
All the time, and it's okay to say that. So how important was that for you, especially as a new mom, to sort of normalize that conversation?
So important, and it makes you feel like there's something wrong with you if you aren't perfectly aligned with social media or with someone else's experience. So when Amy and I were talking about that scene, it was just a lot about normalizing that experience and that it looks so different no matter how you have a baby, if you even choose to. I also love the ending of the movie that they don't have a baby, and I think that that's amazing too. So that no one's telling you that there's a right or a wrong. But wanting to get the transition from in that 1 second right after you have your baby, no matter how you have it, it's generally pretty traumatic. It's the most life-changing experience, and that then within 1 second, it's just all about the baby, and it's not about you anymore. And that the mom kind of gets lost in that mix, and that it's okay to grieve that a little bit. And what Lainey's looking for is just someone to connect with on that level about that. She's just scared and wants community.
It was a magical moment, really.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts about this movie is that it is a hilarious comedy, but you do have some really deep parts of it where you're showing the real relationships that moms have with their partners, or even that men can be supportive through a woman's pregnancy when they're not a part of it. And I think that you, being a dad, probably helped you, I guess, experience that a little differently and be more kind to her situation as a character.
Sure. I mean, once you have kids, I don't even know how I went through life before. But it's so the prism through which you see everything is so changes everything. It's so yeah, definitely that went. My performance in this thing. I got to draw on all kinds of stuff
you came at it just way
from my own. Even though I didn't have kids in this movie, like just knowing what everybody was going through, these scenes, just everything made more sense to my brain having had this experience of being a dad.
No, I love that. And I think your character is just so, it's a very different character. You guys are siblings and you're living in her basement and you drive a Zamboni.
Zamboni, I'm sorry.
That is the most random profession that they could have given you. Profession, job, career.
Yeah.
Career, yes. He's a career man.
Did you actually drive it, or was that like CGI?
Oh yeah. No, I got to drive it all over the place. I got to drive it on the, well, obviously you saw the movie, so on the rinks, through the streets of Brooklyn. It was so much fun. The best part about it was that Woolman rink where we shot the ice skating stuff, and where the bulk of the early Zamboni stuff is, they had closed down the day before we shot that scene. So they basically didn't care what we did to the ice. So they said, you can, have at it. Like,
mess it up.
Do whatever you want. And the Zamboni people were like, all right, dude, sure. And so I could do whatever I wanted to and just high speed donuts and it was, oh yeah. That's the one, I mean, I love how that scene is slowed down, that montage, the kind of video thing, but you don't, because it's slowed down, you don't get a sense for just how fast I'm whipping around. So I wish people got to see, and maybe
the need for speed. We didn't get to see the need for speed.
So much fun.
You're giving yourself morning sickness.
Yeah.
Well, I have a feeling that was probably one of your most fun moments you had filming, I would assume, is the Zamboni moment. Brianne, did you have a scene that you had the most fun on while filming?
I mean, they were all so much fun. My first day did happen to be the yoga scene, and I mean, come on, everyone's farting. Everybody's farting. It was insane. Jackie Sandler plays the yoga teacher. It was incredible to get to work with her. She's so sweet.
So funny in that
So
scene.
funny. I was kind of scared to just lay it on her and really give it to her. But she's such a trooper and so funny and gives you so much to play off of. She even improvised so much. Like it was awesome.
None of those were like an after effect, right? They were all real.
No, those were in real time. Those were in real time.
Everybody was fed beans before.
Oh no, I mean they were sound effects. But they were sound effects. But they were in while we were shooting the scene. They didn't put them in afterwards. We were working with the farts.
That's magical, and I love that.
Good catch. Good catch.
Sorry, yes.
It's great when you can work with farts. Your life is good. Was there ever scenes, I mean, you're both in comedy, and I'm thinking to myself, there's got to be a scene where you lost your minds or had to retake it because you just couldn't get through it. It was so funny.
Will hanging on the garage, we were talking about it earlier, that was really hard to take seriously. It was so funny, Will. He's
Literally,
just
that was my
hanging
last question.
from the garage
what's it like
door.
hanging from a garage?
And then Amy has the picture. I mean, there's so much happening there. Like, you two even were improvising in that scene while you're hanging.
That was the hanging from the garage, because at first I'm like, well, because they were saying, there was some discussion as to like, oh, are you hanging sideways or lengthways or whatever.
lot of logistics.
And so finally they settled on that, and I said, well, let me try to see if I can hang up there. I've been doing some pull-ups recently. I might be able to do this. And they're like, no, you're going to get really tired. And I said, well, why don't we just try one take? And so I did one where I was just up there and had my legs out, and it's such a long
Exhausting.
scene,
Yeah,
and I
it's
was
so long.
so tired by like a third of the way through. And then I had to swallow my pride, and I'm like, yeah, let's harness me up. And so I'm hanging by harnesses. And it was still hard.
Because you do so many takes.
hard.
You had to be harnessed. It's nothing against Will. Yeah.
It was.
You could not tell.
Okay, Will, I have a quick question that has
Yes.
nothing to do with the movie. Is it true that you are a Donkey Kong genius master of Donkey Kong?
I haven't played in a long time, but I did go through a period where I played a lot of Donkey
If I
Kong.
may.
Gosh.
Ooh, I can't get up.
Oh, wow.
And Brianne, this is for you,
This
love.
guy. Oh my
This
God.
is so cool. Thank you.
So
very welcome.
much. That's so sweet of you. Yeah, thank you. About time.
Oh my
For
God.
you, if you would like to wear it about.
Where did you get
think?
this?
My girlfriend makes them.
Oh, that's
Please tell
so
her
cool.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's great.
This is very cool.
I love that.
Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I have a few events coming up, so this is great.
Well, now that we've opened gifts, let's keep going.
Thank you.
Those are so fun. Those are really, really cool. We need to get some matching purses as well.
Anytime.
Yes.
I will get them made for all of us. I love them.
So in the movie, you have a brother and sister relationship. And
Yes.
now that I know that in real life you're also parents, there is like a taboo about not joking about being pregnant. So I can imagine that if you find out that somebody is lying about being pregnant, you probably wouldn't believe them so much in real life.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, can you guys remember the last lie that you caught anyone telling you? And it could be your kids,
I'm
because kids
trying to
lie.
And I'm trying to think. I feel like honestly, my husband said that they were out of the certain type of creamer that I like because he doesn't like the flavor, you know.
Yeah, he didn't go.
No, yeah, they had it available and he just didn't get it. I think because he didn't like it.
See, that's a cute, innocent lie. I like that.
For them, yeah.
Well, not for you, but for him.
My car is very serious.
Thought somebody the other night was bailing out of a dinner, but then I think I might have been wrong.
Okay, what was their excuse that they used?
They had said we have a party to go to. Me and my wife have a party to go to. We forgot about it, so I'm going to have to come later. But I knew that his wife was going on a flight somewhere. But then he showed up later, and I think that was just me. I think
And you're being in your head.
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm
they
gonna
don't
tell
want
you
you
right
he did
now.
show up. He did show up late. So this was just me putting on this thing. I'm like, oh, I think he might be trying. But because then I realized I'm not doing a great job of describing that.
Somebody canceled and you had the opportunity to stay home and you're mad about that?
Well,
still went
I
out.
really did have another dinner to go to, so I'm sorry.
Good job.
Well, thank you guys so much, really. Thank you. This was awesome.